years. The Philadelphia Eagles are 3-8 in their last 11 games. But before that, Jalen Hurts, I believe, was 15-3 over the course of that 2022 season. Playoffs included. Shady, I'm confused by the Eagles, but you're the all-time leading rusher of the Eagles. So let's get it popping. This show is literally jam-packed. Has LeSean worn off the Eagles?
Before I answer, you say you was confused. What you confused about?
That's what I want to know. You said confused.
I'm confused because this is a team that went to the Super Bowl. Then the year after they went to the Super Bowl, this is a team that was 9-0 the next year.
Okay.
And now, since then, they're 3-8 in their last 11 games with a lot of the same pieces offensively. You still got Lane, you still got Jalen, you still got Goddard, you still got Brown, you still got Smitty, you still got the same head coach and general manager and owner. So I'm confused as how you can fall from grace like
quickly.
that.
Well, I'll say this, man. It's a couple things in life that's guaranteed. Got to pay taxes.
Yeah.
Right? You need insurance.
Yeah.
And we going to go to the playoffs. Eagles going to be in that playoffs, man. How you cut it, we going to be in that playoffs.
You look good. Even with the Commanders and the Cowboys?
Man, listen, man. Hey, look, man. On this show, we like to put a wager on things. We're going to put a wager on if we're going to play or not. If not, please relax. Okay, you asked me if the shine has wore off. No, I'm not. I mean, how could it? Yo, one thing about playing this league, there's certain players that you can't win if they don't play. I've been there. There's some guys like Jason Peters. If the best left tackle in the game at this time was not playing, we knew we might lose this game. Lane Johnson's that type of guy. Lane didn't play last game, right? When Lane plays, we're 91-54. That's a winning percentage. When he don't play, we're 13-23. That's a losing percentage. A.J. Brown, he don't really never miss games. But when he misses games, the chance of us winning is probably slim. And when he plays for 26-9 and then he doesn't play, we're 1-2. So all I'm saying is there's certain guys that if they don't play, we might not win. Last game against the Bucs, right? Hostile environment. We kind of had to revenge them a little bit from beating us over the years. But we didn't. You know why? Because our big dogs didn't play.
I'm not talking, though, about last game. Because
a loss.
Shady, you would make a...
Look at this one game.
You would make a phenomenal lawyer. Go ahead, James.
Before you go, I want you to go. But before you go, when it's a Packers or Eagles talk, can you go to somebody else first? That person ain't going to start the show.
That was a good lawyer.
It was good. I'm saying that the shine wear off. And I'm saying, well, how did it wear off? Because every year we're going to be in the playoffs, and these little small losses.
Here, let me classify it.
Okay.
This will be staggering for James and Chase and for you at home. And I'm about to say it's going to be staggering because I was shocked when I heard it. Over the last 30 seasons, only 3 players have won 26 games over 29 starts. Tom Brady did it twice. He did it from 2006 to 2009. He did it from 2003 to 2005. He won 26 games in 29 starts. He won 27 games in 29 starts. Patrick Mahomes did it once. He did it from 2019 to 2021, winning 26 games over 29 starts. And Jalen Hurts is the only other person mentioned with 2 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, the greatest, Hurts. From 2022 to 2023, winning 26 games and 29 starts. That is just to show you all the level of excellence that Jalen Hurts' Eagles were in. Keep in mind, Mahomes won a Super Bowl or 2 over that stretch, and Tom Brady won 3 to 4 Super Bowls over that stretch. Jalen Hurts has yet to win any. So, Shady, when I'm talking about shine, there was an illustrious shine over Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, but now Hurts has only won 3 games over the last 11 starts. I'm not just talking about last Sunday. I'm talking about the totality of the picture. Difference.
I mean, like, we can sit here and talk like that. And by the way, that's pretty good company.
Great company.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
My guy's a winner. That's what he does. But when you look at all the teams right now playing, like the Niners are 2-2. We think they're a playoff team. We think they're an elite team. I look at the Ravens. I think they've lost, right? What, twice? They're an elite team.
And I would say the shine's worn off of them.
No. The thing about the Eagles is this, yo. Saquon Barkley's probably the best running back in football right now. 1 or 2, however you want to cut it, right? And I think we're 1 yard catch away from sealing that game, beating a good Falcons team. Okay? So when you start just looking at all the dynamics of why we are 2-2 and we're on the bye, we got to get more healthier, right? I was talking to A.J. Brown the other day, and everybody was getting close, but we are banged up. I just think that if you look at the whole season, I'm worried about the whole season. I'm not worried about game 1, game 2, or game 4. I'm worried about the whole season. If we look at the Eagles the whole season, we got to get better on defense.
Yes.
That's one thing. We got to stay, not even better, get consistent.
Yes.
We do good one game, then we don't. So get consistent on defense, right? Check that at the bye. And then on offense, I think Jalen Hurts needs to be a little bit smarter with the ball. right? I think Nick Sirianni can cut down on some of these risky calls, right? But when you get all your healthier guys back, your best left tackle in the game, you get your best wide receiver in the game, things like that helps out the team. So now we don't have to make these risky calls. Now we need the defense to play great. But I tell you what, though, y'all keep doubting us stuff, right? Y'all keep, because I've been there before, y'all keep doubting us.
No doubt.
Jalen Hurts is going to answer that call when A.J. Brown comes back and Devontae Smith come back.
We all been doubted.
And do not jump on the bandwagon, please.
That's part of it.
There's no bandwagon.
Has the shine worn off on the Eagles?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to say the shine has worn off on the Eagles, but the shine has worn off on Jalen Hurts. And I think that's what we're trying to, like, go around.
Kind of swim around.
Is it the whole line, the receivers?
Should I say it or should I not say it?
Because A.J. Brown don't miss games. Lane Johnson has been in a lot of games. They've been in a lot of these games to where they have been 3-11 in the last stretch. They were in a lot of these games when they started 10-1 after week 12 last year, and they laid an egg, losing 6 out of 7 to losing teams. They were playing. The only dude that didn't really have that shine was Jalen Hurts. When they were rolling and going to the Super Bowl, yes, the defense was playing well. They were sacking the quarterback at a high rate. But Jalen Hurts was also playing at a very, very high level. Like, it's hard for me to look at Jalen Hurts in that Super Bowl game against Patrick Mahomes, who I believe he outplayed. I believe he looked like he was outplaying Patty Mahomes in that Super Bowl. I ain't seen that dude. The shine is off of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is not, and I'm going to say it again, he's not playing good football right now. He hasn't been playing good football since week 12. And I don't even go to stats. I don't want to go to turnovers leading the league. And I don't want to go to, with my eyes, when I seen this dude at his highest in the Super Bowl, and I seen this dude after week 12 last year and start of this season, he does not look like the same dude. I don't know what it is. I don't know what to point the finger at, but he does not look like the same dude. The shine is worn off of Jalen Hurts, and I don't know how he gets it back. Can he? Sure. I just don't know how he does.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is the face of that franchise. And as you guys know, the face of the franchise is the quarterback. Usually, as they go, the franchise goes, okay? So prior 11 games, the Eagles are 10-1. The last 11, they're 3-8. The shine has definitely worn off on them, okay? And specifically Jalen Hurts, I think I said it yesterday on the show, he's regressed as a passer. Okay, what does that mean, Chase? Well, he doesn't look to me like he's seeing things that are open. He doesn't look to me like he is seeing pressures. He's throwing hot in that Bucs game when he's not hot. And I think that goes down to losing Jason Kelce. The biggest thing, though, on offense, like, they got to get better on defense. They got to get a pass rusher, all that stuff. When you lose the turnover battle, you're pretty bad. The Eagles have lost the turnover battle in all 4 games this season and haven't won the battle outright since week 11 of last year. When you're losing the turnover battle or breaking even, it's hard to win in this league, especially with the defense. They don't have the playmakers like they have specifically on that defensive line. So with Jalen, you got to see it better. You got to get these sweeper reads that we talk about all the time. You got to simplify it a little bit for Jalen if you're offensive coordinator Kellen Moore.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. I hear Shady's take, and I understand at the end of the day, if they're still a playoff team, then where's the lack of shine? But I think it might be one of those things, 2-5, where it's slowly wearing off so you can't see it. Like when you slowly put on weight so you can't really see it. Y'all know what it is. You put on 2 pounds here, 3 pounds there. Next thing you know, you're like, wait a second, who am I now?
Yeah.
I agree the shines wore off of Jalen Hurts. And we've seen this picture before. Y'all know I study college football extensively. I do it on Saturdays here at Fox. Jalen Hurts had a lot of shine on him as a true freshman. We all know that. SEC Offensive Player of the Year. I don't think we'd ever seen that out of a true freshman. But by his sophomore year, later in the season, that shine had worn off. Why? Because Tua Tagovailoa had replaced Jalen Hurts in the national championship game. Jalen Hurts had a lot of shine on him his all-pro year. But by that following year, some of that shine had worn off because he led the National Football League in turnovers. I remember 2022, Tennessee Titans. Jalen Hurts, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. A.J. Brown, counting up on the dependents. I remember Jalen Hurts, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 2022 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, 285 yards. I remember Jalen Hurts, 340 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions versus Washington, week 3 of the 2022 season. I remember that. That Jalen Hurts was in a whole nother stratosphere. The Eagles used to go out on the field and we wouldn't ask ourselves if they'd win. We'd ask ourselves, how much are they going to win by? Now the Eagles go out on the football field and you just kind of hoping that they will win. You're hoping that they can take enough of a lead so that there's not such a glaring error with the lack of a defense. You're hoping that Jalen Hurts can put the team enough ahead, but they haven't scored a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken, in like the first quarter. Yeah. So I think 2-5, some of the shine has worn off, at least from what I'm seeing.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Let's go to some shiny teams.
Yes, sir.
So you said the shine is worn off for the Eagles, right?
Yes, sir. I believe so.
Yeah.
I said Hurts.
How about the Bengals?
Yeah.
Elite team.
Oh, it's off for Joe.
Okay. So them two. Okay.
Yeah, it's off for them.
How about the Cowboys?
I don't know if there was really shine, but if there was,
it's off for them.
There's talk about it a lot.
Okay.
I talked about it a lot.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Buck with you.
The Niners.
Shine
still got a little shine. They still got a little.
Now, see, I'm getting somewhere, though. Okay, so, and then last one.
You talking to the Niners. Right now, at this point, week 4, ain't no shine.
Okay, what about the Ravens?
Well, they shine in the last 2 weeks.
They shine in the last 2 weeks.
The shine was, we haven't seen it.
No, this is a serious question, though.
No, I'm serious. The last 2 weeks, I believe they got back to shining. Dominate the Cowboys,
So this is a week-to-week thing y'all doing?
No, I'm just going.
Let's do this, because I know Shady doesn't like week-to-week, so I will acknowledge your sample size. The Ravens last year finished in the AFC Championship game, and this year I think they're 2-2.
Yep.
The Niners last year finished in the Super Bowl, and this year I believe they're 2-2.
Okay.
The Eagles last year got blasted by the Bucks.
Right.
And now this year, they're
2-2. Okay, so I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you, are the Ravens, their shine still on or still off?
A little bit.
They shiny still.
A little on. Because of how they ended last season plus this season.
You see what I'm saying, though? Like, how? They all in the same boat. They are 2-2. They've lost games they should have won, and vice versa with the Eagles. The same thing.
But I think it's how it looks.
How's it looked?
For me,
you lose. You win, you win.
No.
For me, it's this. For me, it is at the end of last year, the Eagles were sputtering. Now, I'm with Shady. Each year is different. Unless I start to see the same issues. Exactly. If I don't see change, or if I see the same issues from last year to this year. Shady, you and I both know the Niners and the Eagles were different teams at the end of last season. We saw them play each other, and the Niners beat the doors off of the Eagles. We also know the Ravens were a really good team last year because the Ravens saw the Niners, and they beat the brakes off the Niners.
Wait, let's just leave it how it is. So let's say you said the Niners still have to shine on. Okay, but and you said if things don't change. But they've been the same Niners. They do good in regular season, they do well, they get playoffs, and then what they do, they lose, they choke. Let's keep it 1,000.
Choke? I wouldn't say the Niners choke.
How? They had a way better team than the Chiefs.
The Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes.
Yo, what you mean? That's one player. That's one player.
In the Super Bowl,
if we sat here and picked, like the kids, when we do pickup games, right, it would be way more Niners than we do Chiefs.
No doubt.
Right? That team was way better, that's why they were a favorite to win that game. So you talking about all this shine for the last 3-4 years. The Niners, all these all-pros, great coaching.
I like the Shady
all
guy
they do,
like
they win, they go.
Aggressive, I like it.
I'm just getting honest because it's like y'all talking out the side of your mouth, and it's pissing me off. Because one part is like you saying the Eagles this and the third, but now I look at it, they're all in the same boat. They're all on 2-2. They all have a lot of success before, and not as much now. I look at the Niners. Every year they have a great team.
Yeah.
It's their year. Yeah. Every year, defense or offense, whatever you want to do it. They get to the dance, and they lose. So how the hell they shine the same?
Shine the same.
I got a question.
They're not shining right now.
Before you ask your question, can you answer my question? How is the shine the same in every single year? They do the same thing.
I would suggest the Niners. I would suggest the Niners over the last 15 games, and you'd probably have to help me. Last 10 games are probably 7-3.
And what has that gotten you, buddy?
Got into the Super Bowl.
And keep going. Lost. Before it got up to the NFC Championship game, and they lost. So what are we talking about? You just going to play for second place?
Let me ask a simple question.
You can't say that shine and the football looks different when we keep getting the same results. Y'all just told me that, right?
You would say that.
What would I say?
No, it's a question. It's a question. The prior 11 games the Eagles started last year, they started 10-1. How did you feel about the Eagles then? How did we feel? Very
not good. I didn't feel like they were.
I felt like they were good. But you would say you probably felt better then than you do now, based on what you know. Yes or no? And if it is yes, then its shine is worn off.
I mean, it's hard to answer your question because I'm all about wins, right?
They were 10-1.
Sometimes they want to see how it looks. James versus
but they were 10-1. You would say that you felt really good about them 10-1 versus now their last 11. Like they might still be a good team. They just haven't won. The last 11 games are 3-8.
Okay.
The first 11 games last year, they were 10-1.
But can we put some nuance to this though, right? For example, okay, so the Falcons game, I'm not gonna overlook that game. Our best player had a 1-yard pass. He was killing the whole game. He drops the pass, we lose that game. Cool. We should have won that game. But however you want to look at it. Okay, in the last game, we played against Bucks. The Bucks played well on offense. On offense. But I look at our offense. Jalen didn't really play well. But I mean, like, come on. You playing there with how much with the reserves, the backups. So in my career, I'm saying, like, and everybody is good in their own way, but I want to play with the starters. I don't want to play with the backups.
Yeah.
But so my thing is, before the game even started, I thought we was gonna lose that game. So I'm saying all that to say this. Like, I still feel good about us because if we got our best players in there, we should win them games.
Do you feel as good about them, though?
Yes, we added. I mean, we added Saquon Barkley. Like, how many gifts can God give you, right? Right? And then you have A.J. Brown, and then you have Devontae Smith. So it's like, I feel super happy with that.
But I feel way less about that defense. You know what I mean? Like that's why a little bit the shine. Jalen hasn't played well, and he needs some help. I get it. Like, he's still a good player. He's an all-pro. But that defense, it just doesn't feel the same.
No, you're right. All I'm saying is that if we keep talking about the shines of the football, the shines of the trophy, wherever it may be, like, what makes this shine better than the other one? Because at the end of the day, I watch the Niners do the same thing every year. Yeah. So how's that shine the same? The same way y'all seen the Eagles, we've done the same thing every year. We get there,
I'll go off of just how I feel, all right? And how I feel, the reason why I feel the shine is worn off the Eagles is because of the quarterback. When I watch Brock Purdy play right now with not all of his weapons, Brock Purdy looks legit. Right? When I watch these other quarterbacks play, whether it's Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, whatever, they look legit. Jalen Hurts, even with the 10-1, y'all know I was on the show with y'all, and I didn't like the way they was playing at 10-1. I didn't like the way Hurts was playing, turning the ball over. They was finding ways to win. It finally is catching up with him. The shine ain't been on him in the last year. I don't believe the quarterback. I believe everybody around him. I do. I believe A.J. Brown. I believe Saquon Barkley. I believe Smitty. I believe all them dudes around him. I believe Lane Johnson. I do not believe in the quarterback the last year and a half. I do not believe in him. He has not shown me. Them other ones, I still say to shine because I believe in Lamar. I do. I do not believe in Jalen Hurts right now. I don't, by the way he's been playing.
Real quick, though, is the shine, are the Buccaneers shining? They're shining too, right?
They're shining right now.
Yeah.
All right.
If you talk,
but none of us have them going anywhere far in the playoffs, correct?
No, I got them making the playoffs, but not going far.
So what determines what the shine is? You get what I'm saying? Because like now they're saying the Bucks is shining bright, right? Because they won a game.
I think the question was the shine
is how you playing, though, Shady.
Okay. Well, I guess the argument is like, what's the shine?
You have more than a season.
Because I don't think there's nothing shining too bright in Tampa, right? They make some gritty wins, good defense, some good players on offense, right? But I don't see that going. I don't see that going far though.
Yeah,
I don't see that going far.
I get it.
Playoffs. You're taking playoffs.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.